Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jim Dierke. I'm a 41-year veteran of the wars in education, and I am principal. I am principal of Visitation Valley Middle School in San Francisco, part of the San Francisco Unified School District. And I'm here tonight to talk to you a little bit about what's been going on with quiet time in middle school. Now, for those of you who have forgotten, middle school is the land of I love you, I hate you, I can't stand you, and I want to hold your hand all in 5 minutes. For those of you who have lived through middle school, you'll understand that when you can get Russell Brand and 400 middle school students to be quiet for 15 minutes, you win a prize. And that's what happened in my school on Tuesday because Russell dropped by. And we all did quiet time together in the auditorium. And we filmed this, so hopefully it's going to go to the Guinness Book of Records. And I think it's got to be a record for this one. We started quiet time at my school 5.5 years ago because we really needed to do something to change the environment. Most of the kids at my school either had witnessed someone shooting somebody, were related to somebody who was doing the shooting, or were related to somebody who was shot. It was a very, very stressful place, and as the previous principal has pointed out all too well, right now schools have taken on the majority of the role of kids' lives. And they need to be joyful and happy places. And that hasn't really happened in the urban environment lately, and we need to change it. And luckily for my school, we met up with the David Lynch Foundation. We have a saying at my school, the good deeds speak for themselves, and David Lynch and his foundation certainly live up to that motto, because they came and helped us transform a school that was at the bottom of everybody's charts. And when my school's name was mentioned, everyone would say, oh, that place. Well, they don't say that exactly the same way anymore, because we've been able to do some tremendous changes. If we could roll slide 1, I'd like to show you in the first year of quiet time, we used the 8th grade as a control group, and the 6th and 7th grade learned quiet time. So as you can see by looking at the slide, that as the year went on, the suspension rate dropped tremendously with those kids who have learned quiet time, while in the controlled group, it remained high. So there was a 45% relative change. Can we see slide 2? This shows the trends in suspensions over a 3-year period. And since my boss is sitting in the audience, I have to do really good at this. We had the highest rate of suspensions in the first year, but by the 3rd year, we had the lowest rate of suspensions in the district. My dean actually found a second job because he wasn't suspending people quite so often. If I could have slide number 3 up there. Now, coming to school used to be a fine art. You had to run from your house to the school, and hopefully you made it there, and then you could do the vice versa going back home after school. We made school such a great place that our attendance went from something like 67% to 98.3%, which is really fantastic. Now, last year at graduation, I had started a few years ago a trophy that we would give out to the student who had the best attendance over a 3-year period. And last year, I had to give out 18 awards for perfect attendance for 3 years. 18. And you know, that was really something. I just have to say that it was amazing. If we look at the next slide, you will see that our GPA also trended up over the time that quiet time has come to our school. And we have a really outstanding high school in San Francisco. It's one of the best academic schools in the United States, Lowell High School. It's very difficult to get into this school. You have to have really good grades. And we used to just tell people where the building was. We never told them that they could apply because we never thought anyone could actually get there. Last year, 18 of my students of a class of 100 were accepted at Lowell, which is really something. Plus, we sent 4 students to private high schools on full 4-year scholarships, so that was really tremendous. If I could have slide number 5, please. The rigor that's needed for increasing academic achievement, there's many different parts, and I could bore you all evening with it, but I won't. I'll simply tell you that you have to have a really great team of teachers, and you have to have kids that are very, very committed to learning. Schools like mine were bus stops for teachers. They would stay 1 or 2 years, and then they would leave and move on. I've not lost a faculty member in 4 years at my school. And it's really turned out to be that the teachers who have all learned quiet time, the students have learned quiet time, I have learned quiet time, and we all have a great time doing quiet time, and the people at my school are very, very happy now. There's a survey that is given yearly by the superintendent's office on many different parts of how a school operates, but one of the most important parts is whether or not you like your school. The students have to fill out the survey, the parents can fill it out, and so can the teachers. And my school turned out to have the most joyfulness of any school in the school district last year. So that was really great. The predictive power of demographics is something that we banty around a lot in the school business, and the researchers can tell by looking at the zip code of where the kids go to school whether they're going to do really well or really poorly. Only 2% of the students at my school's parents went to college. The average, over 90% of the kids at the school's parents make less than $18,000 a year. And so the statistics were supposed to be that my kids weren't supposed to do well. They were supposed to have high truancy rates. They were supposed to have low grades. They were supposed to be dropouts. Those things are not happening at my school. Our school has really, really changed. We're changing the power of demographics as far as being predictable. And a lot of it is due to Quiet Time and the David Lynch Foundation, and I really like to commend all of the people that made this possible. Thank you and enjoy your evening.